everybody, good to see you again. Some of you have requested that I make an ice cream with strawberry filling. No wonder, I promised you that, didn't I? Well, here it is. Ice cream with strawberry filling. And it's got chocolate cover all around, vanilla around here, and then the nice, strawberry in the center. Ooh. Yeah, that's really nice. And you can open it. See, look at this. You open it like that, and you can stuff things inside here. Use it as a gift box or, well, anything you like really. And then you put it back here, ready to eat. Let me show you how to make it quickly before it melts. Okay, stay over there. You're gonna need two toilet rolls, a piece of cardboard, roughly about this big, a little bit stiff, and what else? Oh yeah, you're gonna need some brushes, a cutting knife, a ruler, tape, what else? Yeah, pencil. Oh yes, not to forget glue, paint, and yes, an ice cream stick. Okay, let's get going. First, you take your two toilet rolls and paint them white, both on the inside and on the outside, because that will make them stronger and easier to cut and also easier to shape. Then here I have, well, you take one for starters, you put the other one over here. I have made two magical cardboard tools. So if I squeeze this one a bit, one like this, more into that sort of ice cream shape that we need. I stretch a bit here, I stretch a bit there. Okay, starting to get that ice cream shape. This one can easily fit into the cardboard tool, you see, and on the other side. Now, the shape will stay like this. It will stay the ice cream shape as we glue. Now, you take the cardboard tube like this, and then you draw the shape around it. And the same thing on the other side. See, now we have the two shapes that go on the ends here as lids. But if you don't have these magical tools and you don't want to make them either, because they're very easy to make, but if you don't want the hassle of making them, you can also squeeze a bit, stretch the sides a bit, keep working at it until it's got that ice cream shape that you want. And then you just hold it like this, and then you take your sheet and then you draw around like that. That's also possible. Although it is an advantage to make this tool to hold it in that shape while the lids dry. I'll show it to you in a second. So we start here, we cut out these shapes. There. Then we glue them onto the edges of the tube. Okay, that's one, fits perfectly. Squeeze it on a bit, wipe off the excess glue, just like that. Then we do the other one. There. The advantage now is that while this dries, this will keep it in shape, you see. Now, if you don't have those tools, you take the lid, you glue it on, and after you've glued it, you have to hold it like this until it's strong enough to stand by itself. But that means you have to be patient and keep holding it like this until the glue settles. Now, that's not necessary with this contraption because, you can just glue and then leave it and it will stay there perfectly until it dries. Anyway, once you finish with this and you take this off, you get this sort of beautiful shape. I have here cleaned the edges a bit. Let me show you how. So you take your knife and you carefully chip away these ugly edges, because what you want is a smooth, beautiful edge so that your ice cream will look really nice. And then you use a sandpaper. So you sand until the edges start to become very nice and smooth and look good. You can also sand a bit on the top, right on the edge all around like this, so that you get that nice rounded edge as well. There, look at it now, beautiful. Now let's give it a little coat of white, so that, you know, we start with a pure white container when we go to the next step and create the piece with the strawberry filling. This layer of paint will also strengthen the edges so that they keep together well and are easier to cut and shape. There, I'm going to leave this now for a few seconds to dry. Be right back. Nice and dry. So now we are ready to take a mouthful of this ice cream. So we start with drawing a straight line across roughly about 1/3. Divide it in 3 parts. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we go down to about here, to about roughly the middle of the ice cream, and then we curve up towards this mark here, so that's roughly there, like that. You see, from here round down to the mark, and then back up to here again. So make a nice round curve there, and make sure it's equal on both sides. That this side equals this side. It's not that hard. Just give it a try. So now we have a nice chip here, and we need to chip it off or cut it off. I'm using a slightly smaller knife for this. It's easier to control. So I cut carefully along the pencil mark. I usually have to do this 3 times before I make it through. There. Across here. Now I recommend that you get an adult to help you with this, so that you don't cut yourself. In any case, always be careful, be patient when you cut, and cut always away from your own fingers. Okay, nice one. Okay, so we have the chip. This one we can use for something else. We put it over here. Now this is our ice cream. So now let's clean the edges a little bit before we glue. Okay, then remember this little sheet here. Now we're gonna need it. You see, we take the width of the ice cream like that. We cut off this piece, and then you see the curvature here. Now we're gonna bend this one so it sort of somehow has the same curve, so that we can fit it on. So you fold it a bit like that. Okay, oh yeah, very nice. Okay, so we are ready to glue. Like that. Keep some tape ready, so when you put it on, make sure it when you squeeze it towards the edge here, you squeeze this together, that it matches all around, that it fits well all around. Then you put on your bit of tape to hold it down firmly. See, if you don't hold, it will be like that. Now you don't want that, so you take your tape, pull a bit, there, okay, nice. Now it's a nice fit here, and one up there as well. Now we can leave this to dry, and when it is dry and you take off the tape, it will look something like this. See, this one is now dry and very solid looking. Now again, we need to clean the edges. Remember what we did on top? We now have to do on the sides as well, all around this curved shape. So you cut, you sand, a little bit of white paint, and you end up with this. You see, hey, it's one that I made earlier. Now everything is nice and solid and looking good. So this is our ice cream. Can you now recognize your ice cream shape? Good. See, now we need to make this lid. And for that, see, we need to cut it across here and open up the lid. So take our ruler, measure roughly about 1.5 cm, roughly, and we have to make several marks around this shape to get it accurate. So 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5. You see, now between these marks we can draw a straight line. There. Now we cut that off. There. Look at that. So beautiful. Now you can see the inside, and this is the lid. So it goes like that. Okay, let's clean the edges a bit. Oh, gorgeous. Then the lid. Now we are ready to make this bit. You see, now here we have the lid, but we need this thing sticking out, because this is what holds the lid together with the ice cream gift box itself. So let's make that now. And for that we need, do you remember this one? The other toilet roll that we didn't use earlier. This is the one now that we cut a piece about this big from this one. The rest we throw away. This is what we need now to make this, to complete this lid. So as you can see, it's too big. It doesn't fit in. So we need to make this one a bit smaller to fit inside here. So we cut straight down like that. So when we go like this, overlap it, it's small enough to fit inside here. So we press it against the edges to see exactly what we need to remove to make it fit in here. And yep, it's about that much. Can you see from here to here? So we have to make a mark here, and then you can use a ruler if you want to be really accurate. So that's what we need to cut away. So there, let's see if it fits now. Still a little bit too big, but not too much. So we got to trim it a little bit more. There, let's try now. Oh yeah, it's a perfect fit. Okay, in with the glue. There, put it inside, squeeze it towards the edge, and oh yeah, perfect fit, perfect fit. And then to make sure that this joint stick together, take a little bit of glue and then glue it on the inside as well as the outside as well. So like that. Make sure you have pushed it all the way down to the bottom, and if there are some glue on the inside here, you can just wipe that away. Now this one needs to dry, so you have two bits. You have this one and this one. This one fits inside here, but we need to add the ice cream stick. And how I do that is to make a mark. See in here, you make a mark in the middle. So there's the middle, that's where I make the mark. Then I take my knife, careful, careful, cut a little bit along that mark, just a little slit there, and then I make it double. That means that I make a slit right next to it, not too thick, in fact very thin. There, you can see now that I have a little opening. See at the bottom here, here's my little opening. Now I got to make sure that this doesn't fall out of place. If you want to secure this while it dries, you can take a small bit of tape and just secure it like that. And later, of course, you remove that tape. Okay, now let me show you how to fix the stick onto the lid. You take glue, you take the glue and put here, and you put some in here. See, now you have, see, you got glue on that side as well as that side. And then you carefully push the stick through that thin little hole. It needs to be nice and tight here, you see, so the stick holds its place. Can you see that it's sticking through here? Yeah, adjust it so it's straight. Now, all we need to do is to wait until this dries. And then you have one of these. Look at that. Hey, this one is dry and ready to be painted. Let's now check that this one fits. Oh, beautiful. Nice. That's what you want. Sometimes you may check that, you know, you got it the right way, like it's this way. Yeah, I think this way fits even better, so I think it's this way. Okay, so now we are ready to paint it. We start with the inside. Pink. Well, it's actually sort of a pinky purple color that I make. So I really love this color because it's so fresh and fruity. So I start with getting a lot of it inside there and then working my way out towards the opening. Now I'm using acrylic colors. They're water soluble but also waterproof, and they are dry. And after that you can lacquer it so it looks really nice and shiny. Now this needs to dry, and then I give it one more coat. And I take the lid there, same thing, there. And then while it's drying, I change to another brush and get my chocolate color out. Hey, does this look like chocolate sauce to you? Well, it's not. I wouldn't advise you eat it because it's paint, it's brown chocolate paint. Okay, so now I'm covering the outside with a nice rich chocolate, layer of chocolate, but I avoid this bit because this is the inside, the vanilla. So I'm covering it on the top, nice even layer. Don't put too thick because you need to do this twice to make it cover really well. So don't try to cover everything in one layer. When this one is dry and fully covered, it will look roughly like this, you see. See now I have actually done 2 layers on the inside here, so this is finished now. It looks really solid. And then this is 1 layer. You can see the patches through here. So that's what we need to cover up on layer number 2. So for layer number 2, you see now it starts to look really much more solid. Look at this. When you're painting too close to your fingers, you should stop and let it dry so that you don't mess the whole thing up. So I'll just put it down and let it dry for a little bit. In the meantime, I can paint. You see here it's fully finished inside, 2 coats, but on the outside is only 1 coat, so it's not finished yet. I need to take my vanilla ice cream color. This is white with just a tiny bit of yellow to give it that sort of slight yellowy white, vanilla white. So I paint that for the second time now. Make sure you don't leave any unnecessary paint inside along the edge here, because then you will have problems fitting the lid onto the ice cream. Okay, I'll leave this to dry, and then in the meantime, yeah, I'll give it a few seconds before I complete this one. It's still a bit wet. Now it's dry enough for me to pick up. You see it's still a bit of patches down there that I need to fix. So I add the last bit of chocolatey brown. And since the top bit is dry, I can hold here while painting the vanilla. Can you see it? It'll get a bit more yellow as it dries. Yep, nice one. See? Almost done. We need 2 layers on this one too, so I let it dry there for a little while. Okay, now it's dry, and I think I'll give it 1 more coat to be sure, because we want the vanilla to be covered really well and be totally creamy and yellowy white. There, I'll leave it to dry 1 more time. Ready for the strawberry filling. Here it comes. Now you can of course use any color you like for this filling, and you know, depending on what color you choose, it can be strawberry, it can be cherry, and then you can just choose what kind of flavor this is. Could be candy as well. Now I think we'll give this 2 coats as well, so I'll leave it here to dry for a second. Okay, second layer, making it really solid. There. So here you have your gift box. You close your gift box like this, and it's wonderful, tasty strawberry filling ice cream gift box. And if you want that, if you compare to this one, you can see that this one has a nice shine to it. That's because I put on a coat of acrylic lacquer. and that will make the surface stronger and also more shiny and beautiful. So if you like it to have this shine, you gotta add acrylic lacquer. Otherwise, you can also use it just as it is with just a paint. It's all up to you. Oh, double happiness. Ooh, I'm off to my mother. One for me, one for my mother.